Good morning. Good morning. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. This is. I was about to try to do the date, but I don't remember the date. Wait. Happy Monday, January. No, yeah, January 30th. Happy Monday, January 30th. All right. So, welcome to Be Your Own Hero Show. Hero is an acronym, it means helping everyone reaps optimism. All right. And I'm your host. I'm Sacred Wrights. I'm a professional creative and a motivational speaker. And shout out to New Thought Media Network for allowing me this space to be to become an experiment, a lesson in how to do a stroke while working from the no, I don't want to call it a negative word, from the just coming from having a stroke. I was trying to think of something buttery and fly and something special, but I couldn't think of anything. So coming from having a stroke. So I have had a stroke. For those of you that don't know, I had a stroke on January, nope, nope, July 14th. July 14th. Yep. And as I have found out, I've made a lot of progress from then till now. Because I didn't know that I've made so much progress from then to now, but I've made a lot of progress. Thank you for being there. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for supporting the show by a man who had a stroke recently. So let's keep doing it. All right. So I just want to hit the name of the show with a little bit of a boom, right? So let me just hit you with the drum roll. I think. Yeah, let's do a drum roll. All right. So, well, do drum roll first. I'll do the drum roll and then, yeah, I'll do the drum roll first. All right, here we go. All right, we are here today to watch the Be Your Own Hero show with Sacred Wrights. Voila. All right, so that was that. And let's start talking about it. Because I got a lot to talk about. I think it's going to be a short episode because I think I want to break up what I have to say into smaller bites. But I think I got a lot to talk about. Okay, so first of all, we got to talk about this dice. Because this dice got me in trouble. So let me explain. Last time I rolled the dice, I rolled a 4, right? Now, I explained to you before how rolling the dice had been getting away from me. I stopped rolling the dice because I wasn't doing the actual movement of money. And I was like, well, why am I rolling dice? So I stopped rolling dice. But then once I stopped rolling dice, I felt this sense of freedom. Like I don't have to roll the dice anymore, right? And I was like, oh no, that's not good. That's not good. That's not a good plan. And so what I started doing was I started rolling the dice first to get myself back in the habit of rolling dice, right? Rolling dice every day. But I wasn't making my move financially. Well, Friday I rolled a 4 and I was like, all right, I'm gonna roll a 4. I'm gonna get back involved. That's when things start to happen, right? So let me roll the dice now and then explain what happened. All right, here you go. I dropped it, but I got it 4. 4 again. Let's see if I get it. Okay. Number 4. Again, for emphasis. So let me explain. Good morning, Linda. Thanks for greeting me from the mountains of Colorado. I appreciate you being here. And what happened is I moved my $4. Now this may not seem like much. It may not seem like much, but it is much because of all the different things that happened. So I moved my $4. I moved my $4 out of my checking account into aha, aha. This is where I had my first difficulty. I said, which account do I usually move my $4 into? Because over the time period of doing the show, I've developed a number of different accounts, right? And so I have different accounts with different names based on what I want them to do, right? Well, I don't have one labeled specifically emergency fund, right? But what I discovered is that I put the money in the wrong place. In the wrong place. I don't know. I couldn't remember what I I had set aside for that wave, that piece of money, where to put it. And so I put the money in a place and I put it, I was like, all right, it's cool. But then I went back and I checked and I saw that it was in a different place. So the basically what I'm trying to say is if you stop doing this, your inactivity, your lack of growth will automatically come rushing in. Like I can't believe that I couldn't remember which which channel I'm moving my money into. Now, if I was doing it every day, I wouldn't have had that problem because I didn't have that problem when I was moving them every day. But when I stopped moving them every day, I saw that I had that difference. So this is the first thing. First thing is you've got to do it consistently. You've got to do it consistently. You've got to do it consistently. You got to do it consistently because once you do it consistently, your world around money, around this specific amount of money, will become specific, right? And so that's number one. Number two, I want to introduce. I think I messed up Anthony O'Neill's Anthony O'Neill's uh, Anthony O'Neill's his pool. He has something called a prize pool. I forgot to give you the name on Friday. It's called a prize pool. Matter of fact, let me see if I can show it to you. Can you see that? No, not really. You can't see. Oh, maybe. Up. All right. So prize pool. We can see it kind of at the top. Right. It's got $0 in it. And anyway, I bring this up because I thought in my throes of trying to put the money in the right place, I was like, maybe I need to put the money in a more distinctive place. Now, reminder that you can use your money for whatever you want, right? But you've got to use your money for something specific and for something separate and away from where you put your real money. Now, I have discovered that once you put your money aside to once you put your money away, like the more you do it, the more of a habit it builds. Like I'm telling you this as someone who is experimenting with it. Like the more that you put the money aside, the more you put it aside, the more it feels like something off and away. And so I was thinking about Anthony O'Neill's fund prize pool because I mentioned it here before, and I said that I was going to start one, but I didn't start one yet. I didn't start one yet, Gladys. Uh, Consistency is the key. Consistency is the key. Yes, yes. And it is all a process. Ebbs and flows are normal. Yes, they are. So what this prize patrol does, prize pool does, is it sets up money for you in a place other than your bank account. Like you can transfer the money over in a way to that other area. So when you look at your bank accounts, you won't see the $4. It'll just be gone. Right? Anyway, I started setting up my prize pool this weekend. This is weekend. Now, mind you, I had been talking about setting it up earlier than this weekend, right? But I didn't do it. I didn't do it because I got to the point in prize pool where it started asking me for my login for my bank account, and I was like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to give it my information for my account. Number one. Number two, I've had a beast of a time with my online login. I've I've been having a beast of a time. So basically, when I reach a certain point on my online login, it won't let me go but so much further. Like it's hard to explain, but basically, when I try to log into my bank online, the whole thing gets thrown out, and I gotta reset the password. Restart with new passwords. By the way, I have to use new passwords. I don't think I've mentioned that. I haven't mentioned that, but I've had to use new passwords because the old passwords I've forgotten. They're lost in the sheet of aphasia. Aphasia? Did I get it right? Yes, aphasia. Lost in that sheet of aphasia. So I've had to come up with new passwords. Anyway, I didn't want to do all that with the prize pool, but I didn't want to face you. I didn't want to come face you and not having done what I said I was going to do. So I got into prize pool last night. I I I kicked the tires on the funding. It turns out that the funding is already saved. Like if you've ever logged in into your bank account on your phone, it's already there. It's already there. It's automatic. So it didn't take me much time at all. So I transferred $4. I transferred my $4 from from my my regular checking savings to my prize pool. Now I'm hoping that this will keep it more separate from me and separate and far away because I just explained that that's how it works. But I found some interesting things on the site though. What I found is that people have been winning money. Now I know I've said this before, but I was like, winning money? What do you mean winning money? Like it's a bank account, right? How do you win money? And so I spent this weekend going through video after video on YouTube, watching people talk about prize pool, prize pool. Well, apparently this has been going on for quite some time. We learned about it, or I learned about it through Anthony O'Neill, but many people have known about it. But people have been doing this for years and getting involved in the process. I saw this one guy who talked about how he was going to go into a bank. And when he went to the bank, he would ask them for a higher interest rate, right? And he went in and he asked them for a higher interest rate on his interest bearing account. And they're like, no, you can't change the interest rate. You can't change the amount of interest. And so he left thinking, okay, that's the point. Like there's no difference. Whereas with prize pool, there's a difference. Like you start at something like 3% or someplace in that area. And it goes up from there based on what you do, right? Like the more you do in terms of inviting other people, inviting other people to be involved with what you do, all that stuff develops and gives you a higher percentage rate. a higher percentage rate? Like what? And I saw this same guy. He put up his tallies, and he won $100 one time. Just won $100. Just cut fresh and clean, just $100. And I was like, wow, this is really interesting. So all I can say is I took the plunge. I took the plunge. I have jumped all the way in from prize pool. I have started with $4, just the regular $4 from my bankroll here, my dice roll here. I'm gonna start putting the money into the prize pool. I'll tell you this though, for those of you that want to do it, for those of you that want to do it, I will put it on my Facebook page. Yeah, so if you go to Facebook and you type Sacred Rights page, Sacred Rights page, it'll come up. Haven't done it yet, but I'll add it. But anyway, the point is, if you select yourself as you want to become a member of this, it works best if you don't move the money. It works best if you don't move the money. Once you put the money in prize pool, the longer the money stays there, the more of a chances you have at winning money. So for people like us who are looking for a place to store money, to store the transparency, not the transparency, the emergency account, put it there. Or your savings or your investing, put it there. Doesn't matter what it is, as long as you don't let it churn, like as long as you just let it build and build and build. So I'm very curious to see what's going to happen. I've seen enough people talk about it being real that I'm convinced. But I am the sacrificial lamb. I've donated my money and my $4 to the effort, and we'll see what happens. So yeah, we'll just see what happens. But I will tell you though that what they have set up on the website is, oh yes, you can also sign up via website. You do not need a phone to sign up. You can sign up with a computer. Just go to prizepool.com. Prizepool.com. You can sign up. Easy. So anyway, oh man, I forgot what that made me think of. All right, I'm sorry. I forgot what that made me think of. But let's see. Let's see what Karen's is saying. Good morning. Anthony O'Neill was on TV. That's great. He was on TV last week on the Kelly and Ryan. Awesome, great information and advice. That's good to know. And I'm telling you, the more he says, the more he talks about now, the more I understand what he's saying. You know what I mean? Like there was a time pre-incident, pre-stroke for me, where I was watching him, but I was only understanding like at this level. And now I'm understanding at this level, right? Because the more exposure you have to a person, the greater you have clarity on what it is they're saying. And I tell you, he references the 7 daily boot camps, baby steps, the 7 baby steps all the time. You think he's just talking about whatever, but he's talking specifically about Dave Ramsey's seven baby steps, 7 baby steps. He's speaking specifically about that. So it's amazing to me how much you can learn from a person if you keep sticking with that same person. So anyway, that's what's up. All right, and Fee is saying we follow your lead. Nothing but beats a failure, but a try. Yeah, so I've done what I've done with the prize pool, and more things happened More things happen this weekend with money. Few things happen with this weekend with money, but I don't want to crowd it too much. I want to let it spread itself out. What I would do normally, pre 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 intensive. What word did I say that I was going to use for stroke? I think pre-intensive. I would have run them all together, but now I'm trying to give you one thing to focus on. So focus on one thing that I've been talking about forever, which is setting aside money for you to either invest or for you to save up for your emergency fund. Actually, or both, or both. Because I just gave the number. The number is $4 for today. You can select $2 in one account and $2 in another account. Easy, easy. $2 in one account, $2 in the other account. Easy, and watch those both. Watch both of those accounts grow and grow and grow. All right, maybe just one more thing. One more thing. One more thing. So I also heard from I will tell you who it was. I won't get too far into it. But I found out that the average citizen cannot pay for a $500 emergency something. The average citizen, the average person, average American person, that stroke. The average citizenship cannot hold and take care of $500. If something happened and you need to pay $500, couldn't have handled it. Would have to go borrowing money or using a credit card or some other things, but would not be able to go and grab that cash from wherever, from an emergency fund, and pay for it. That means even fewer people have an amount larger than that. Even fewer people have $1,000, and $1,000 set aside. Having that set aside can really help you. Can really help you. Yeah. All right. So that's it. That's it. But let me just tell you a quick story. I hope this isn't too much, but I'll just tell you this quick story. It's occurred to my mind just now. So there was a blackout here in Baltimore recently, and it was the whole neighborhood, like the whole neighborhood. And so P starts talking about I have to get a hotel. I was like, wow, get a hotel? Like it's like that? Like, in New York, when you get a blackout, you just assume it's going to be a couple hours, right? You don't think about getting a hotel. But start talking about getting a hotel, I was like, ooh, wow, that's serious. And that made me check my emergency fund. Now, at first, my emergency fund right now is sus. It's sus. It is very short, very much not close to the $1,000 right now. But it made me check. It made me check though, because I would want that money to be readily available to use in case of an emergency, right? And that's the kind of thing, because you never know what's going to happen. You never know what's going to happen, what day you're going to wake up and need to use money from that emergency fund. That's why you need it. That's why you need it. That's why you need it. All right. So I think I've talked enough, though. So let me just close up by recapping what I've said. So the Prize Patrol, which was brought to my attention by Anthony O'Neill, is an interesting way to make money while you save money. Like, it will build money. According to what they say, according to what all the experts say, you will make money with this account. So I'm going to try it. I've done it. I've transferred my $4 over. It'll happen. That will happen sometime today. And yeah, you need to set aside your bank account. You need to set aside your account so that it's separate, so that your fixed amount is separate from your check-ins and savings. And the faster you do it, the less you'll feel it. Like, think of it like your daily cup of coffee. Daily cup of coffee, right? You don't think about getting a daily cup of coffee if you get a daily cup of coffee. You don't think much about it, right? But think about it like that. $4, I mean, $4 is easy. $4 is easy. So just remember to set up your money. If it's not prize pool, let it be something else. But set up your money to be set aside into a place different from your check-ins and savings. It's important. It's important because people don't have these emergency funds stocked up. They don't have them stocked up. You got to get your account to $1,000 and have it on retainer. $1,000 ready for anything that goes wrong. All right. Okay. All right. So that's what we got. Good morning, Simone. Thanks for checking in. I think that's it for today. I will continue talking about what happened when I put aside my $4 this weekend, because a lot happened. And I want to break it out by days. So stay tuned. Keep doing. Be a hero. Be your own hero. All right? Be your own hero. No matter what anyone else is talking about, be your own hero. And remember that now is better than perfect. All right? I'll see you mañana. Later.